This is my most powerful and expensive commander deck. I feel like I could probably pay for the down payment on a house in like half the states in the US. And as I have recently made some serious upgrades to this deck, I think it's time we go through what's in the list. First things first, the commander is Gearsenstarn Kellermorph. If you guys have been following my content, you know how much work I've put into building this deck out over the last 2 years. Every time I've made a huge trade or bought a big collection, my first thought is always, which cards here can I keep and how can they go into Gearsenstarn? The deck is about 90% of where I want it to be so far. That's an Alpha Soul Ring and a Mox Diamond from the vault. We have a Chrome Mox and a Lotus Petal, both masterpieces. Picked that up pretty recently. A Talisman of Creativity etched signed by Dan Frazier. He signed that for me at SVGCon Denver. Mox Amber, that needs to be serialized eventually, and my favorite Arcane Signet in existence. Next is our interaction suite, Judge Foil Force of Will, a Sweet Force of Negation. This counterspell was opened from the first ever public Mystery Boosters 2 draft, a Fierce Guardianship, Mana Drain from Legends, and a Muddled Mixture. This card's been on the bubble for a little while. I love this Brain Freeze, though I do think it should probably be the pack foil, and Snare might get cut soon. This Dig Through Time could be better. Deflecting Squad is great. Chain of Vapor pack foil, and the Test Print Cyclonic Rift. Okay, this is a big section. So we've got my favorite fish. We have a Ristic Study that I pulled from a pack, probably wants to be the Confetti foil eventually. We have a Wheel of Fortune, which will eventually be Alpha, and of course I just picked up an Alpha Time Twister. I was able to get that Time Twister because of Ancestral MTG, my partnership that I have with them. I just did a whole video about ripping the stupid proxy in half and replacing it with an Alpha, which is crazy. And so if you guys are ever interested in getting any super high-end cards, everything from dual lands to Black Lotuses to old sealed boxes, Ancestral is the place to go. If you use my code BATEMAN10 on a first-time purchase of $250 or more, you get 10% off, and on a big purchase, that really matters. So again, just a big thank you to those guys for helping me get the card of my dreams. The only 3 tutors I'm playing are Imperial Recruiter, the Judge Foil I just got, this Gamble, and this Mystical Tutor. I love this. For the suite of cantrips and card draw, I've really made an effort to play old border blue foils wherever I can. I love that Brainstorm. Then you've got some of the newer stuff. That's a Time Spiral Remastered foil, an Arena foil Serum Visions, and a few secret layers that I just think are really cool. Ponder, Preordain, I love this Faithless Looting, and of course a pack foil top. I already mentioned Brain Freeze in another section, but these are the rest of the combo cards that exist in the deck, rounded out by Breach. You guys know that I don't have a VV yet, but in Vegas, this deck will add VV. These are all of the sort of VV-esque cards that trigger whenever we're casting spells. That's a Retro Border Foil Young Pyromancer signed by Dave Guskin, the designer of the actual card, plus a few other things that are just going to double our triggers or give us extra mana. A lot of these are commons and uncommons that just don't have fancy versions yet. And we just have like a bit of an assortment of some of the other stuff the deck is doing. I want that to be an Invasion foil eventually. I love the San Diego Comic-Con foil. Final Fortune, I'm going to try to get the 7th edition foil in Vegas, which would be kind of wild. And finally, the lands. I only currently own 1 Alpha Mountain and 1 Alpha Island. I would like for these all to be Alpha eventually. I have a few Infinity here to fill them out in the meantime. The rest of the basics were beta. We've got a Prismatic Vista, a couple Dragon Scales, the rest of the original Expeditions, and then of course my biggest holy grail still is a beta Volcanic Island, but we do have the Steam Vents Expedition and the Thundering Falls here. Keeping my eyes open for a serialized Steam Vents in Vegas. I just added Lindblom. I love this Command Tower. I just got it. Otawara is beautiful. This Mystic Sanctuary needs to be foil. We've got an Expedition, and then just kind of a couple other blue-red lands left. And so far, that's the deck. It has been an obsession of mine to get this deck as blinged out as possible, and I will continue to try to get some of the cards that I'm missing in Vegas. You have your version of your insane deck? I feel like most Magic players do.